What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Advice. We are back again, and I got some new heat I cooked up for y'all. So if you're new to the channel, I just want to say welcome. Thank you for your support, and I hope you stick around. You may have seen the Quackleval video I just posted. That team was a lot of fun, a little more gimmicky. This team is more of a standard defensive team built for, best of 3 situations. So we got Grimmsnarl and Amoonguss for a good defensive disruptive core. We got the Firewater Grass and Ceruledge, Rotom, and Amoonguss. Annihilape's just a really strong Pokemon. Annihilape and Ceruledge are definitely my 2 favorite new Pokemon. Great with bulk up. Ceruledge has strong stab priority, and then Bitter Blade is a crazy move. Rage Fist is crazy too, so those Pokemon go off. Hydreigon and Rotom are Pokemon that have been reliable for a really long time. And Grimmsnarl is just one of my favorite Pokemon from Gen 8. Definitely my favorite Gen 8 Pokemon, and you can't beat Prankster Screens. Spirit Break's a great move. And along with the Firewater Grass core, we got the Fairy Dragon Steel core. Grimmsnarl and Hydreigon for the Fairy Dragon, and then Annihilape and Grimmsnarl can terastallize into Steel types. So I recently switched my Ceruledge from Terra Grass to Terra Fire for stronger Bitter Blades. Grass was just becoming a predictable liability. People were like turning off me with Meowscarada, hitting me with flying type moves. So this is a change I really like. So let's get into the first game. We got Tom here with Dragonite, Murkrow, Ceruledge, Palafin, Gengar, and Hydreigon. So it doesn't look like a terrible matchup. They're pretty offensive, but I think screens will go a long way. Now, I am worried about E-Speed Terra Normal Dragonite. So I think I'll lead Taz. He's immune to the E-Speeds. Behind screens, he can take a lot of hits, and he's not actually weak to foul play. I like Hydreigon in this matchup. It's good against the Gengar and their own Hydreigon. Ceruledge as well. Super Wall Ceruledge. And then I like the idea of bringing Rotom to deal with the Murkrow and the Palafin. So that's what we'll lock in. Let's do it. Yeah, I like that. Good luck, have fun to Tom. We got a super cool team. Respect. So the idea behind Terra Grass Ceruledge is that it resists water and ground type moves that Ceruledge doesn't want to take, but I have Hydreigon and Rotom that are good against ground types like Garchomp, and Amoonguss and Rotom are good against water types as well. So I wanted to try out a little more offensive Ceruledge and keep the fire typing. We see they have Murkrow and Gengar in the lead, so no Dragonite. Now I don't want to take a Shadow Ball with Annihilape. I brought Hydreigon and Rotom in the back, so this is cool. I'm going to go for a Light Screen here, and then just switch Annihilape out. I want to save it for the Dragonite, and Hydreigon can take a Shadow Ball. I feel like usually people try to leave Annihilape alone early on until they get rid of more Pokemon, so. And they just go for the Tailwind with Murkrow. We get up our Light Screen. And they go for a Sludge Bomb. It does just over half, so that's pretty strong. God, I'd really like some more turns with Grimmsnarl. Let's take a look and see who they might have brought in the back. So, probably Dragonite to come in after Gengar softens things up, pick him off with E-Speeds. And then either Ceruledge or Hydreigon. Usually you lead Palafin, so I am going to go Terastallization Steel and get this Reflect up. If I can get another turn off with Grimmsnarl and Spirit Break this Murkrow, that would be huge. And then, yeah, I think it's just safe to just Dark Pulse into Gengar. Okay, we see Reflect. Alright, nice. We do intercept a Sludge Bomb with Terra Steel. Icy Wind from Murkrow, but that's cool because my Hydreigon is Covert Cloak, so we won't see a speed drop there. And we'll get a free Shadow Ball, or Dark Pulse into Gengar. Alright. Now, I'm going to go for the Spirit Break into Murkrow, and then, if they do have Ceruledge in the back, they won't switch it in now. But I think if there's any chance they protect Gengar here, I think what I'd like to do is go for a Flamethrower into Gengar. And that might attract them into switching Ceruledge into Dark Pulse next turn. Okay, they don't protect, but would have been cool. We survived the Shadow Ball. We should eat the Icy Wind as well. Nice. So that Terra Steel actually earned us 2 more turns with Grimmsnarl. That's huge. Flamethrower finishes off Gengar. I personally like Flamethrower Heat Wave just for the accuracy. I'm really not into low accuracy moves unless they're super strong. Alright. The Violet Murkrow takes half. Just over half from Spirit Break. That was a big play, making that Terra Steel. Really put them out of position. So let's see who comes in here. Okay, we see Dragonite. I'm glad I saved the Annihilape. Behind Reflect, Dragonite's gonna have a big problem dealing with Annihilape, so I'm gonna go for the Spirit Break into Murkrow, and I will switch in Annihilape just in case they try to take care of Hydreigon. You know, I can basically get my Rage Fist going. Okay, we do see Dragon Claw and Annihilape. Does nothing. And Icy Wind to proc our Defiant. You'll love to see it. Grimmsnarl still eating with that Steel typing. Crit on Annihilape doesn't matter. It's like extra 5 damage. We'll get it back with leftovers. So, they did drop my speed. But we did drop their Murkrow. And so now it's a 2v4. And we have both screens up. They don't have any incentive to Terrastalize into a normal type here because I got a Ghost type on the field and a Steel type. But you know, maybe they do it just to avoid the Rage Fist. Let's just add a little more variety and Thunder Wave the Dragonite just in case they do go Terra Normal here. But this Rage Fist should do a lot. I'm +2. I've been hit twice. Should definitely OHKO. They don't Terra, so. Bulk up on Ceruledge. What if I just popped you? And the wind up and the OHKO. 150 base power +2. You're not surviving that. Alright. So I'm gonna just T-Wave Ceruledge here and go for a Rage Fist into it. Ceruledge has to 1v4 my team. I mean, Ceruledge is pretty scary with a bulk up. If any Pokemon's capable, it is Ceruledge. Okay, they're going Terra here. Let's see what type they are. Alright, yeah, per usual. Grass Terra, Ceruledge. Yo, that kills? That was a crit. That's cool. Well played crit. Keep things interesting. We get off a T-Wave. But, I mean, Grass Ceruledge shouldn't really have anything to scare Hydreigon. They're paralyzed now, so. Yeah, combined with Dark Pulse, 40% chance to flinch every turn. Or not move, rather. I'm just going to Spirit Break and go for the. There's no point in protecting here. I need to just attack with everything. Let's just Dark Pulse. Yeah. Okay, good damage. They Bitter Blade Grim, so yeah, that'd been a bad play to protect there. So I think even through Reflect, there's a good chance this +1 Ceruledge could OHKO Rotom with Terra Blast. I haven't done the calc, but I want to keep it a 2v1 as long as possible, so I'm going to protect Rotom this turn and go for a Dark Pulse. Okay, they flinch, let's go. Light Screen is gone, but we still have Reflect. I'm just going to Thunderbolt and Dark Pulse, and that should be GG. Bang. So this game is just a good showcase of how good screens are against Tailwind teams, you know, especially if they get Murkrow stuck on the field for a while. I mean, you're attacking with 2, they're only attacking with like 1.5, so just getting a lot more pressure off, and they're not getting much damage because of the screens. Okay, game 2, we got Alan with the Trick Room team. He's got Maushold, Meowscarada. Hariyama's a cool pick. Torkoal's strong, and he's got Pinkuchi, baby. Usually I like Amoonguss against Maushold teams. Rocky Helmet is good, but against Pop Bomb. But this is probably Redirection Maushold, so I'm just going to go Screens in the front. Spirit Break's really good against Torkoal and Hariyama as well. And actually I can bluff Final Gambit with Taz. Cervantes definitely comes to deal with the Torkoal, take Eruptions, and then I like Hydreigon in the back. Can come in and finish off Farigiraf. Okay, we got a game plan. Let's see if we can execute. Okay, long hair don't care, Alan. Let's have some fun with it. Farigiraf Maushold against Grim and Annihilape. So turn 1, I just want to get screens up. Reflect at least. I can get light screen up later. But this will allow me to survive the Pop Bomb to get that light screen up. And then I'm just going to go for the taunt and force to follow me. Okay, little mouse family begging to be exterminated, but we're not giving them what they want. I really like having taunt on Annihilape. You know, I feel like it's one of those Pokemon that people kind of ignore until it's the last Pokemon around anyway, so I end up getting Scorched more often than not using Protect. It's just good to be able to use taunt, especially on other Annihilapes, and prevent their bulk up. They do get up the Trick Room. I think I'll just go for Light Screen now. And a lot of Farigiraf have Dazzling Gleam, so I'm going to Drain Punch into the Maushold. And if they switch in Torkoal into that slot, that'll work out well too. So okay, light screen goes up. We do see the Dazzling Gleam. Does nothing. And we'll get it all back with the Rage Fist. And gave the mouse their wish. Sent him off to the cheese heaven. And we get the Grimmsnarl Annihilape pop off. Okay. Torkoal comes in. So it's a really good idea to calc Torkoal against all your Pokemon, just so you can get an idea of whether they're specs or charcoal or whatnot, because that'll really help in your decision making in Trick Room. So definitely recommend running Torkoal calcs against your team just to check them out. I can survive Choice Specs, Terra Fire, Eruption in the sun with Annihilape behind a light screen, so if I can get a Drain Punch off here and get some of that back, that would be great. The more you hit it, obviously, the more it weakens the Eruption, so. Oh, yeah, Helping Hand destroys all those calcs, so this should be a double KO. Yikes. Might have been a good idea to switch Ceruledge in there now that I'm thinking about it, but yeah, yep. Nothing we can do about it now, but let's see what happens. Fortunately, I do have 2 Pokemon that are good against Torkoal. That last turn was just so far from ideal. Okay, so I'm guessing it's either Hariyama or Meowscarada in the back. Either way, using my Terra on Hydreigon makes sense here. It'll help out against the Dazzling Gleam. I just want to Dark Pulse Torkoal and hit this Bitter Blade in the sun against Farigiraf. But yeah, Terra Fire Hydreigon is good against Meowscarada because, you know, U-turn with the Choice Band will OHKO Hydreigon. And so this prevents that and then basically forces the knockoff. Oh my god, Skill Swap is their 4th move. So they just took my Flash Fire. What a tech. Yo, I'm getting played this game. They just banged on us so hard. We do take it pretty well. They just eat my Bitter Blade for free, but they take over half with Dark Pulse. That's cool. So I'm gonna protect Hydreigon, stall at the last turn of Trick Room, and then Bitter Blade to Torkoal, get some health back. Yo, what a tech. Alan found himself a pretty sweet rental team here. Helping Hand. Okay, they're still going Eruption, so I think that means they're Specs. How do we take this? We survive it. So we'll get some health back with Bitter Blade. How much does this do? Okay, you know what? So Trick Room is done. I don't want to KO this Torkoal. What I'm going to do is I'm going to Dark Pulse into Farigiraf, and I'm going to Shadow Sneak the Torkoal. This shouldn't KO, because Bitter Blade in the sun is a lot stronger. And I can Shadow Sneak now because I have the Armor Tail. I just don't want to KO Torkoal and give them a free switch into Hariyama on the turn that Trick Room goes up. I'd like to keep Torkoal in here and take out Torkoal and Farigiraf at the same time so I can have a 2v1 against Hariyama. Okay. Yeah, they do survive the Shadow Sneak. Survive Dark Pulse. Are they Citrus Berry? No. They go for Eruption. Great damage. And Dazzling Gleam. More great damage. So they didn't even set up Trick Room. So I can just Dark Pulse for Farigiraf and Bitter Blade Torkoal just in case they switch in Hariyama. They may want to switch out Torkoal to reset the eruption damage. They don't care. Farigiraf goes down. This one was looking brutal for a while. It's not quite over. We still got to see who they have in the back. But I'd say we got out of there a little better than I expected to a couple turns ago. So we juggled the Terra Fire Torkoal pretty well. It was nice that they were greedy and used choice specs because a Heat Wave would have just clapped me. Okay, we see Hariyama. So I should be out of range of Fake Out. As a matter of fact, I have Armor Tail, so they can't fake me out anyways. So I can just Flamethrower. No, let's just go for the Draco. Let's just drop a Draco on him. And go for the Bitter Blade, do as much damage as we can right away. Yeah, they forget about the Fake Out. Sorry about that, champ. Thanks for the tech. Draco does big damage, and Bitter Blade is definitely finishing this thing off. Bye-bye. GG, boy. Nice team. Cool rental code. Should try mine out. I just find those teams so boring and brain dead. Like, get Trick Room up, spam Choice Specs Eruption with Helping Hand. Alright, cool. Great plays. Really impressive. GG. Okay, game 3. Here's Johnny. He's got King Gambit. He's got the Gen 8 GOAT Grimmsnarl. Now, I'm going to bring my Grimmsnarl because you never want to get caught against screens without your own if you can prevent it. Screens are just so good. Now, I like Taz in this matchup. I want to bring Amoonguss, but I want to protect it, so I'm going to keep it in the back. Taz is just generally good in this team, especially with Terra Steel. I'm going to bring Rotom for a little extra support against Dondozo. And Chamomile as my last pick. Does that look good? These Dondozo teams, you really got to be careful, but I'm going to lock it in. I like it. Dondozo bots have updated their AI lately. They're using Terra Steel to get around Clear Smog. They're using Substitute to get around Spore and Clear Smog. They got the techs going, so you got to have options now, extra damage output to deal with them. They do lead Dondozo and Sylveon. So this is tricky because they can force me to use my Terra Steel right away with Annihilape, which isn't a terrible thing. Probably won't be using it on Amoonguss or Grimmsnarl in this matchup. I'm going to get the light screen up to try to see if I can save Grimmsnarl from a Hyper Voice, and then I'm just trying to decide Drain Punch or Rage Fist are worth it into Dondozo. My problem is that Annihilape is faster than Sylveon, so it's going to get the Drain Punch off first before the Hyper Voice. I'm not going to recover any damage, so I think I want to just switch it out into Amoonguss to take the Hyper Voice behind Light Screen and just slow play this a little bit, see what they want to do. Annihilape is just not really great into Dondozo until it gets some Rage Fist boosts. Okay, they switch out their Dondozo into Hydreigon. We get off a light screen. They do go Hyper Voice. Grimmsnarl does not take half from it, but their Throat Spray, so the next one should pick up. I'm gonna Spirit Break Sylveon and go for the Protect because they'll probably double up into Amoonguss. No one wants to take a Spore. They go Tailwind, so I was wrong. They were just willing to get Spored, which is awesome. Except that I didn't take advantage. And Grimmsnarl goes down. So I only got my light screen up. That's not great against Dondozo, but at least they have two special attackers on the field. Alright, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go Terra Steel now and Drain Punch this Hydreigon. And I'll try to Spore Sylveon. They withdraw Hydreigon. Good play into Dondozo. Is Sylveon staying in? Looks like it. Terra Steel Annihilape looks like a savage. They protect Sylveon, so not an awful turn for us, but not great either. Drain Punch does decent damage to Dondozo. We take those. Spore into Protect. And Dondozo is not leftovers, so I'm going to Rage Fist and go for the Spore into Dondozo as well. They switch out Sylveon. Tatsugiri the teary-eyed. They're getting boosted. Earthquake right now would be phenomenal, but they're going Terra. Ooh, Terra Flying. That's terrifying. Yeah, Terra Blast into Amoonguss. I'm not sure we take this without Reflect. Yeah, that's negative. So that's rough. We lost both of our support Pokemon, and all we really got for it was a light screen. His Rage Fist is going to do pitiful damage. And now it's up to Rotom. I mean, I have full health Annihilape and full health Rotom with the Citrus Berry, so it's not over yet. I got Recovery on Annihilape with Drain Punch. I think what I'm going to do, though, is not very effective. Drain Punch. Nah. You know what? At least they're flying type, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to bulk up here, set up for the end game, and just go T-Bolt and hope it kills. Dondozo's special defense isn't great. We take that really well. They chip themselves a little more. We get Citrus Berry. Come on, Rotom, I need you here. Annihilape setting himself up to be able to beat Hydreigon and Sylveon. And we pick up Dondozo. Let's go. Rotom the GOAT. Maybe not the GOAT, but up there. If Hydro Pump was more accurate, for sure GOATed. Okay, Hydreigon comes in. I'm just going to Drain Punch Hydreigon and protect Rotom. I really want to make sure I keep Rotom around to have spread damage with Annihilape, and they shouldn't be able to KO me with anything. Yeah, Dark Pulse, not going to do it. Don't flinch, we don't. Okay, they're Focus Sash Hydreigon, it looks like. Yeah. That's cool, though. I get all my HP back. Now I can swap targets. I can Drain Punch Tatsugiri and Thunderbolt into Hydreigon. And, that was canceled. My man had to go to the dentist. He just texted me, let me know he had to leave early, so we're going to call it there. Thanks for the game, Johnny. GG. If you enjoyed that, show some support. We'll catch you on the next one. Thank you for your time. Peace.